Welcome to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host, Dmac, and we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. Today I got some crazy news for you guys. You know that Bioware announced a couple months ago that they were going to continue working on the Mass Effect series. They put it on hold for a while. And I guess a couple months later, maybe 2-3 weeks in this month or something, some company called Sinclair Networks stated a post on Facebook that they were working on some single-player DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda. And then on June 28th, Bioware announced and came out saying that they have never worked with Sinclair Network, and Sinclair Network was not working on any single-player DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda, and that the claim was false. And Bioware also stated in the same announcement that they are not currently working on any single-player DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda. That right now they're focusing all their attention to this new IP they got called Anthem, which we saw at E3 2017 for the Xbox One. Now, my question about this is, what are you doing, Bioware? So, my concerns were valid where I felt like Bioware was not going to give us a single-player DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda because of the sales that they recorded for how many copies they sold of this game. Now, from a lot of websites like PC Gaming, GameSpot, they did some articles on this, and they also did articles on how many games were sold in different parts of the world. Now, in America, we sold over 600,000 copies of Mass Effect Andromeda, and in Europe, they sold over, I think, 300,000 copies of Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, for me, that is a large number. Not a minority number, a large number of gamers that purchased this game, that got into the narrative and played it. Now, I know what you guys are going to say, well, DMAC, not all the guys that bought the Mass Effect Andromeda copy liked the Mass Effect game. Probably a lot of them returned. A lot of them probably felt like the animations were too messed up for them to immerse themselves. Yes, I can give you that, guys. I can say, yeah, out of the 300,000 people that bought a copy of Mass Effect Andromeda in Europe and the 600,000 people that bought a copy in the United States, played the game, couldn't get into it, probably returned it, probably sold it, things like that. But I'm pretty sure maybe 20, 35, maybe 40% of those who purchased the game played it, enjoyed it, felt like it was a good Mass Effect. A fresh look, exploration, colonizing, and a lot of things like that. And I thought the narrative was okay. The narrative wasn't a rocket solid adventure, but it was good. It had a great foundation, and the characters were cool. And I wasn't harsh on the game itself because I didn't have expectations for it like I have when I have in any Mass Effect game. Any game I play the game and form my opinion on the game itself. And for me, animations that wasn't so realistic wasn't a big drawback for me. And yeah, there was glitches that wasn't truly great and could be irritating to a player as they play through the game and could keep them from immersing in there. But I'm sure that even a large group of us who bought this game on release day for the first 2 weeks enjoyed it and played it. I'm not the only one. I know a lot of other gamers in the gaming community and on YouTube that felt like the game was fun and that it was missing some key elements and some elements could have been improved on. But all in all, the game is good. But Bioware's telling us because they didn't make their quota, that they didn't get the amount they wanted to sell for this game, that they decided not to give us any DLC for it. And then the killer thing about the whole situation is they broke down the Montreal team that was working on this game for 5 years and put them in other departments of Bioware, which some of them are working on Anthem. While they got the main team, that the ones that originally created the Mass Effect series, working on this game Anthem. Now, a lot of people say because the main team that created Mass Effect is making a new IP that's going to be awesome, so they feel like this game is going to win the favor back for the community of gamers that they disappointed with this game. Now, me myself, I'm really upset because I feel like a lot of us purchased this game and we haven't got a full narrative. Yes, the game had an ending story, but there were so many other key elements that was not answered. Who was the silent partner that funded the initiative, that made the initiative possible? Did the other arcs make it to the Andromeda Galaxy? I want to know, did the Aquarius make it there or not? I mean, there were so many different things that was not answered in this game, and we spent hours on hours playing, doing side missions and main missions to get the whole story, and there was still some key elements of the story that was not told to us, and made us want to play more and want to know more. And then you telling me, Bioware, because you feel like the sales wasn't there, that you're not going to answer our call and give us some DLC that can finish out the questions we have for it. A lot of us out there that played this game enjoy the narrative and want to know who the silent partner is. Did the rest of the arcs make it to the Andromeda Galaxy? And then the killer part is some of your multiplayer DLC content. You have had hints on different ideas on how the narrative is gonna go when it comes to the lost arcs and who's on the lost arcs and things like that. And then now you're gonna tell me that because you feel like that you don't need to put any more resources into it, and that right now you're not working on any single player DLC, that we should just be happy with the status quo. And I'm not, Bioware. I'm not. And I feel like Bioware is losing, going to lose even more fans and lose more business because of this. I don't care how good Anthem may be. I'm not going to sit up there and purchase another game from Bioware, and I feel like they're not going to meet my needs. I'm the consumer. Consumers always come first. That's one thing you learn in customer service, that the customer is always right. And I think this still applies to game development and games as well. And I feel like Mass Effect Andromeda was a good game. It had a strong foundation, and it could become a great series. But because Bioware felt like it got so much negativity in the press, so much negativity in social media, so many people complaining about the game, I felt like the game made no sense. There was no straight direction. The narrative wasn't done right. The commentary and the interactions between the characters were memorable. That every game it felt like that. And they were wrong with that. Because there was a lot of us out there that enjoyed this game. Of course, those who judge it on them aspects of it and don't give it a chance, of course they're going to say, well, it was a terrible game. It doesn't compare to Witcher 3. It doesn't compare to Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, those games were great. I enjoyed both of them. I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I played Witcher 3. I'm still playing Witcher 3 because they had replay value. And I always felt like Mass Effect games had replay value. And that's why I was so in love with the series. And I feel like Bioware has forgotten that this game has a lot of replay value if they take the time to give it the necessary content to give it its replay value. And for them just to drop it and not care about their fans and what we want. I mean, right now on social media, I mean, you may not be looking for, but you can find people talking about theories about who this is and who's the silent partner and when the rest of the arcs are going to come to the Andromeda Galaxy. Who are these mysterious aliens and things like that? I mean, there's lots of possibilities that can bring new stories and new adventures in this series if they took the time to invest in it, because it can pay off in the long run. But Bioware says, well, sorry guys, because we didn't make enough money, we're not going to give you no single player content for Mass Effect Andromeda, like we have done with all the other Mass Effect games. We're just going to give you some DLC multiplayer content and let you be happy with that, because that's all everybody's playing. And they're wrong about that. And I feel like Bioware is not being loyal to their customer base. They're not thinking about us, the fans. They're just thinking about money. And I know a lot of you guys will say, well, Dmac, they have to make money to keep their lights on. Yes. They sold over 600,000 copies of this game in the U.S. the first 2 weeks of the release. And a majority of gamers that purchased this game probably didn't like it. Probably was a large percentage that did not like Mass Effect Andromeda. But it was still a percentage that did. Hell, I bought 2 copies. I bought a hard copy for the Xbox One, and I bought a digital copy for the PlayStation 4 Pro. And I love Mass Effect Andromeda's narrative. It's interesting. It's different. It's something that they didn't do with the Mass Effect series. And I'm feeling it. And a lot of other games out there feel the same way. And I feel like Bioware has really made a huge mistake by doing this. So I'd like to know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know. Do you feel like Bioware is doing the right thing by not making any single-player DLC for the game? Do you feel like that they don't owe us any single-player DLC? Do you feel like that no one really cares about the DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda? And do you feel like that we're more concerned with how Anthem is going to come out? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. And always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. And if you like this type of content, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to become a member of Dmac Mad Gaming, hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot, and I really appreciate it. You've been watching Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host, Dmac, and I'm out.